Okay, this is what I'm looking at in the market for the second week of December 2024. Let me go to Euro USD and go to the weekly time frame. So, Euro USD on the weekly, we can see that last week was an indecision week. Price, after trading up from this monthly fair value gap, traded into the weekly fair value gap that was created 1 to 3 weeks ago. And now we are at something of an inflection point in price where there's a battle. So we can see that there was bullish intention coming out of here. But as soon as price traded into this weekly fair value gap, the bearish intention resumed. Now that bearish intention is following from this huge downtrend that we have been seeing since the ending of September up to this point. So we are at a point where we need to observe to know whether the bulls or the bears are going to win. That is, we need to keep observing price to see if price does something like this. So is this fair value gap going to be traded through an inverse, which might signify the beginning of a reversal to the upside and a subsequent disrespecting of all of these bearish PD arrays? Or will this weekly fair value gap actually resist price and do its job, signaling the continuation of the downward trend and retesting this monthly level? Now, because of the sort of price action that we had in the week, this week went nowhere. Started traded bearishly, then traded bullishly into the weekly fair value gap, then traded bearishly again. So on the daily time frame, we can see if we have any cues. Now on the daily time frame, no fair value gaps in price were created. So there's this very, very tiny, it's practically non-existent. There's nothing there, right? So no fair value gaps anywhere around price, nothing below price, nothing down here in this range, apart from maybe this daily low. So if price were to come down and take out this low, for example, I might look for a short term, very short term bullish rejection. But yeah, that's about it. I'm not going to be looking to do anything because we see that now price has traded into this weekly level and it has pushed price, but not by much. What needs to happen for me to go into a trade? Well, I want to see a 4 hourly fair value gap in either direction, right? So you can see that this 4 hourly fair value gap was created as price was trading into the weekly level. Price has come to tap into it. It was reacting off of it when the market closed. When the new week opens, what would I be looking to see? I want to see the first fair value gap to form on the 4 hour at least in price. What do I mean by that? Now, price has tapped into this weekly level. So if it's going to hold, then I want to see fair value gaps going lower. So if Monday's price action creates a fair value gap going lower, I will have more confirmation that this level has held and I will look to take shorts going lower. However, if at the start at market open, price just does this and is creating bullish fair value gaps into eating deeper into this weekly level, then I will begin to believe that price has actually shifted bullish and I'll start looking to take bullish trades off of whatever new fair value gaps are created in price. As price is right now, there is no level that I'm interested in to take a trade from because nothing was created during the week. Look at the week's price action, pretty choppy. Nothing was created that interests me, and all the existing PD areas have all already been tested, apart from maybe this one on top of price. But by the time price is getting there, I need to see how it's doing it. Are we seeing bullish fair value gaps going higher in price? That would tell me that maybe this level is not going to be respected and is going to fail. Or do we see bearish fair value gaps going lower from here? That would tell me that this level has held and I'll start looking to target this low, and potentially this low to dig deeper into the monthly fair value gap. That's essentially what I'm looking at on this week is going to for this week is going to be the same thing on the pound dollar. Let me go to the daily time frame and take a look at the pound. So similar situation with the pound. You see, pound also traded into this weekly and daily overlap level has given the reaction. So now the daily on the pound is a little more bearish. That suggests to me that this level is holding. So I'm anticipating some short-term bearishness, at least at the start of the week. Let me see if we have any fair value gaps. And there's this really tiny one, but it was formed at market close, so I'm not really interested. If I see another fair value gap going lower, for example, then I will look to take a trade to come back and retest these lows, possibly retest this 4-hourly fair value gap. That would potentially be my trading range. But I need to see the fair value gap. I don't like to analyze the DXY, it doesn't really matter to me. Gold, I'm not interested in. Look at this dirty price action. Just look at this. This is the daily time frame. Look at this price action. This is terrible price action. Don't want to be a part of it for any reason. So, not interested in gold at all. Let's see if New Zealand has anything different to offer. New Zealand, same thing. Price has been ranging, not respecting, did not respect this fair value gap, not respecting anything. So, December so far looks to be undecided generally. December so far looks to be undecided. From my last week's video, we know that the last 9 out of the last 10 Decembers have tended to have some bullishness in them, many of them closing bullishly, and even the ones that closed bearishly, there's a huge wick at the top. So, just going off of that seasonal tendency, I'm still favoring a bullish bias. The only thing it means is that I will trust bullish fair value gaps forming on the 4-hour and on the daily a little more than I would trust the bearish ones. It does not mean that I won't take bearish trades, as I pointed out. So that's what I'm looking at for this week. Let's see what the trading week presents to us. As we get closer to Christmas, market activity might begin to die out a little bit more, but we'll see how it goes. I keep trading if I see a setup, no matter what time of the year it is, even if it's on the 31st of December. Well, I mean, I'm exaggerating, but yeah, if I see a trade, even up to leading up to the only days, of course, that I will not be trading now, the obvious holidays, so Christmas Day, Boxing Day, 31st, the 1st. But if I see a trade on the 22nd of December, hey, I'm gonna take it. So that's what I'm looking at for this week.